I'm Kathleen Henderson from Roots and Boots, and in this video we're going to talk about watering seeds. Whether you start your seeds indoors or outdoors directly in the ground, it's important to keep the seeds moist, well watered, until they germinate. After your seeds germinate, they won't need quite as frequent waterings, but until you begin to see little green seedlings emerging from the soil, it is important to keep the soil pretty damp consistently. In my situation, and what I recommend to you, is to water your seeds daily. For me, that's what it usually looks like, is daily watering until those seeds have germinated. These are some radish seeds that I have recently sown here in my garden, and I am just gonna spray gently. This is my favorite setting on my garden nozzle. It's called Shower, and it just gives a gentle shower of water. It's the setting that I most often choose for watering in my garden. And you just want to make sure that the soil is thoroughly soaked. Don't make the mistake of wetting just the very top surface of the soil. One thing that can be helpful, I have found, is if you think you have watered enough, find a good spot to stick your finger down into the soil, straight down. Let me show you what I mean. Stick your finger straight down into the soil. And if it's wet all the way down your finger, then that means it's wet all the way down through the soil. And that's a good indication that you are watering deeply enough. Oh, look, I have a radish seed germinating right there. If you pull your finger out and it's still dry, then you know you haven't watered enough and you need to water a little more deeply. Once your seedlings have sprouted, have emerged from the soil, they'll still need somewhat frequent watering because they're just so tiny that they can't take up a lot of water until they get a little bigger. But once your plants have reached a good size, then most plants require about 1 inch of water per week. For me, that often means in a time when we have zero rain, watering deeply with my soaker hoses once, maybe twice a week. If we have rain, then of course that counts towards that water goal. I do recommend a rain gauge. I keep one in my kitchen garden and one in my big in-ground garden. I like this one because it's nice and wide on the top and it's very sturdy. I've used several different types over the years and this is definitely my favorite. Try to place your rain gauge in a spot where nothing is going to obstruct the rainwater from collecting. You don't want to place it too close to a building or any kind of structure, but as out in the open as possible. I'm going to link here to my video about how we set up drip line irrigation in our raised bed kitchen garden. And inside my Let's Grow Garden course, you'll also find a video all about how we set up our system of soaker hoses in our large in-ground garden. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my Roots and Boots YouTube channel for more homesteading, homeschooling, home-based content here on YouTube.